red-tailed hawk. He also is in the neighborhood of 3.5 years old. He's a little bit younger than the great horned owl, though. He'd be born a little bit later. Why don't you get more comfortable, Pete? That's better. There you go. So he weighs 2 pounds, 10 ounces, like I said. His lifespan would be in the neighborhood of about 20 years. Okay. Whenever he gets uncomfortable, he jumps, and I'm trying not to let him get off the glove, so I'm going to make it a little tighter. You should see my arm. It looks like I took razor blades to my arm, because his talons are like razors. His always stay really sharp, but Ryan's are always pretty blunt. I'm not sure why that is, but. So anyways, Apollo is a soaring hawk. So if I were to open up his tail, it'd be really short, but really broad. His wings are very rounded at the tips. He can literally soar, in the wind for hours. And he is also one of the most common birds. You'll often see them alongside roads on power poles. They're scanning the ground for rodents. They're primarily rodent hunters. He does have a red tail, which if he turns around, you can kind of see, right? Red tail.
Yeah.
That means that he is an adult bird now. When we first got him, it was dark and it was brown and black barred. So we knew that he was an immature bird at that time. In the wild, 10 to 15 years is the same lifespan as the owl. They don't live nearly as long in the wild as they do in captivity. Obviously, we give him all the food he wants and take him to the vet when he needs it. Both the birds, by the way, are extremely susceptible to West Nile virus, which is carried by mosquitoes, so we have to be a little cautious with making sure that they don't get that. We should be putting netting over their cages and stuff like that. One kind of thing we like to show with Apollo is watch his head when I move my glove. His head won't move, but my hand will. And they do that because, they're perched in environments where they want their head to stay still so they can, they're not constantly moving around trying to find stuff on the ground. So just think of the vertebrae in their neck as being like a question mark. And that actually, they can extend them or shrink them depending on whatever they need to do. He actually can rotate his head upside down too, by the way. I've seen him do that. He'll turn his head and completely be upside down. So the birds can rotate in both planes, both sideways like this and also up and down like this. Sorry, buddy. I know, I'm not giving you as much today, sorry. He's not real happy about that. I could feel him give a little extra. when they get a little more upset, they'll grab a little harder too, usually. When birds are roosting, by the way, Apollo does this all the time. He stands on one foot, and he tucks the other foot underneath his body. So you can't even see it. He's just standing on one foot. It's pretty neat. He does that when he's comfortable. He won't do that in front of us here now. When he gets each feather is controlled with 2 muscles, so that they can control every single feather on their body. And he can actually put them all out, and then he goes like this. He kind of shakes them out like a dog. And you'll see just stuff fly all over the place. Because he uses his beak, and I bet you he spends 3 to 4 hours probably every day preening himself. He's always messing with himself. He wants to look perfect all the time. And there's a gland at the base of their tail that they grab, and they actually use the oil from that gland called the ropial gland, and they run it through every single feather. And every single feather has pieces on it almost like a zipper, and they zip it all back up perfectly to make it look good but also be waterproof. Almost every single feather on their body is molted every single year, almost. Some of their wing feathers, which he probably has, 3-foot wingspan? A little bit more. Every single feather, with the exception of a couple of the primary wing feathers, are molted every year. So he gets new feathers every year. In fact, when he molts some of them, you can make a pillow out of it. It's crazy how many feathers he has in his cage. He also has this ridge on top of his eye. You can probably see that. That's called the supraorbital ridge, and that's used almost like a visor for a hat. It keeps the sun glare off of his eyes. He has 22 vision, so what you need to be 2 feet away to see, he can see that 20 feet. So his vision is exceptional. All right, buddy. Do you guys have any questions about Apollo? What's that? Boy. Yep. Yeah, both of them are boys. Yep. What? No, the wings don't. The feathers don't. He's never, neither bird has bit me ever. I can do stuff on his body here and on his feet. In fact, the feet stuff seems to be a pretty comforting thing for him. his eye, I think you can see his eye injury. Actually, hold on, let me see that. That didn't look really that good. Well, I won't, unlike Orion, I won't touch his beak. I don't trust him that much. I trust him a lot, but not quite that much. His eye, I don't, it looked like there was something in it almost. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. It almost looks like there's something on his eye.
White.
Yeah, that wasn't there yesterday. So, you all right? It's a little nervous. Nerve-wracking. Hopefully that'll correct itself. Sometimes they get almost like an eye booger type thing, and it's fine the next day. It is. I don't know. I'm really particular. I know. I try to look at everything on the body. So. He's very sensitive to hands. That's his thing. He doesn't like hand movements. He's always has trouble with that. That's why I was hoping that by me doing this, it would kind of teach him that hands aren't bad. I'm touching him, his killing mechanism. So I would think that would help, but apparently he still struggles with that. Any other questions? There you go. Don't fly now. There you go. You have to go back. Don't fly now. You have to wait. Trust me, you don't want to do that. Back. Somewhat graceful.